Hey, YouTube fam, it is Denny Cards. I am coming at you today with a trade I wanted to show you that I made on my card post. This is not sponsored content. They have sponsored other content, but my YouTube following is so small. This is just something that I wanted to document for myself. But shout out to my card post for a online platform that I've really liked buying, selling, and trading on. So this is a particular trade. This is only, I think, my second time ever doing the screen share with StreamYard. I only recently learned how to do this thing. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. It might take a little bit I'll only get better. Okay. Let me just say that. So please bear with me as I try to present my screen. So I'm going to do my absolute best to show you step by step or card by card what I've done in this trade. So I did a 4-for-2 trade. So these are the two, and I got to do my absolute best to not show the seller's address and information. But I will say, because I did ask the seller, can I make this content if I end up doing it, and he said sure. He is Crom Cards. Thank you, Crom, for this deal. So what I received, or let me talk about what I traded away. So I traded it away 4 cards that you can see on the screen here. It's a 2023 Topps Allen Ginter Jordan Walker PSA 10. This card, uh, I looked up all of this beforehand, so I didn't have to type it all in. So let's look for the Allen Ginter Jordan Walker PSA 10. So enter, yes, please proceed. So we made this trade before October 10th, I believe, or very close to then. So this is the hot box PSA 10, which is so I can just minus out. I don't know if you guys know about all the ways to search and do that, but let's minus out silver. Um, let's minus out mini. I thought I had done this before. All right, so it's a 12. It's between an $8 to $12 card. Last time I transacted was in July. It is the end of baseball season now, so 3 months later. Before that, it looked or on the same day actually. So it looks like it sold for 1666. This is not, again, even as a PSA 10 because it is a paper-based card. Although I do think Topps Allen Ginter is much easier to gem, like a higher gem rate than say other paper cards because the corners are just so sharp. Even as a PSA 10, you just don't make even your grading fees back. So it likely was a mistake for me to grade it, but I did grade it thinking it would gem, which it did. And earlier, which these are older comps, but they're all in June and June and July. But it looks like 26, 16, 18. I ultimately put this up at um 15 to 20 trade value, something like that. And it's just one of 4 cards. Okay, so let's go to the 2004 Flair LeBron James PSA 9. Again, I did put this in here somewhere. LeBron James PSA 9. And if you like this type of content, please let me know. And if you don't, you can also let me know that. So 2004 LeBron James PSA 9 freshly graded in September of 25th of September, sold for $10. Again, it's a PSA 9. It's a second year LeBron. Got this in a Arena Club, which is not a sponsor either, but I got it in one of their slab packs, one of the cheaper slab packs, like whatever it is, like silver and all that. And so my acquisition cost is kind of high because I guess it is a slab pack and all that. But I think I either got a discount or free. This is like when they first started doing slab packs, and I've only made one content reel for them with slab packs, and this is not about the slab packs. Although I do have an Arena Club card that's another one that's coming up that I traded away. But so the acquisition cost is going to be higher than $10 and $20. But let's just say that the trade value, I think I tried to put it around 30, and then this it was before this comp of $10. But yeah, so whether it's 10, 20, or 30, like it's not anything more than that. And so that was the trade value. And now let me go back to the MCP. Now we do have, okay, yes, this was Arena Club. So I bought this raw, this 2021 Super Glow Trevor Lawrence. It's his first ever auto on a card. Super Glow being unlicensed, they couldn't even show the Clemson logo. They just showed him in the Clemson uniform, collegiate uniform. It is his first ever. You can't see the back from that card. I guess for any of these cards, but it is out of 100, and it is it's his first ever. So this is like an orange. It's called 2021 Super Glow Auto Orange Glow is what they called it on the Arena Club. So this is an 8.5 near mint with an auto of 10, but centering got 8, corners got 8.5, edges got 10, and surface has 10. So that's why this got an 8.5, because the 8 centering and the 8.5 corners just dragged the grade down. And so I bought this about a year and a half ago. So at its quote unquote height. And it's not even a very expensive Trevor Lawrence, but again, some people like that it's first ever and all that stuff. But this card, I think my acquisition cost was about $100. To grade it with Arena Club was like, $5-10. And so I'm gonna put it at around 110. Of course, there's not gonna be any Arena Club graded of this, so I went with the raw. And the raw, enter, is looking like recently $53 again, because he's not been playing very well. But even in September, you got 50, 43, 52. There's 100 in February. That looks like that's the aberration, because you have all these other ones that are in the 40s and 50s. Again, I bought this like early 2023, when again you see more of the hundreds, again, if I try to get to 2023, like March, 95, 80, so I like paid about $100, I guess, something like that. And so with the return shipping, I think it's like $1 card plus the shipping, the insured shipping from Arena Club. So I'll peg that and their arena grading fees around $120. But I put this up because of those recent comps being so low. I think I pegged this around $70, something like that. So again, more than the 50. I believe Crom Cards is either a Trevor Lawrence fan or a Clemson fan or a Jaguars fan. I apologize. I don't remember what the reason was that he really wanted this card, but I think this is the main card he wanted, other than the card I'm about to get to. And so, I'm glad that, again, you collect what you like. And I don't think he's buying this to flip it. It's a really hard market to flip Trevor Lawrence, I think, right now in early October here. But I'm happy that he's getting it. So it's his first ever auto, and that's awesome. So let's get to the fourth card, and then we'll get to the other side of this trade. It is a 2023 Topps Now Victor Wembanyama. He has multiple different, this one is called VW4. So this is the one that looks like a downtown in the background. And this is the one that I think is the most coveted, I think, out of all the other ones, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I think 6. I don't know if there's more than 6. I know there's 6 because I think I've graded like VW2, 4, 5, and 6, something like that. I haven't graded every single one, and it's not like I'm going for set registry, although I probably could at this point. But this is his most coveted one. So if I go to 2023 Topps Now Victor, I won't put his whole name. I'll put VW4 though, because it's actually, let me show you the other ones, and let's go PSA 10. So you have here, scrolling for the most recent, yes, and I'm doing this in mid-October, I guess. October 14th, you have $40 for his D1 Topps Now draft, which this is not. This one is the VW4. You have the VW6, that's 40, PSA 10. I have that. 56, same one. These are all October 14th sales too. It looks like we have Shaggy sports cards with VW1 for $48, VW2 $40. So again, here it's, as you can see, VW4, the one that looks like a downtown, that's like his most coveted, or the most pricey, or most valued, whatever you want to call it. So I'm going to put in here VW4, and you'll see some of the comps that you just saw pop up on the screen. 107, 88 is definitely low. And this is strange. Why is it both $88.88? Interesting. Those are sometimes suspect to me. You got a sold from PSA's vault, 102, 10, 110 basically. 88. What's going on with this 88 stuff here? 150, 139, 130, 110. This is all like in the last 3 days. So it has a high pop count. It's someone even called it a downtown refractor. Um, these look at it, identical. The titles, the listings. That is very, there is definitely sometimes, like, I'm not saying these are, shill bidders or manipulating, but sometimes when I see the same card sold by the same seller and when it's like the same price, I'm not saying this about Beeman collectibles, but I have seen some interesting sales in the past the for like look like how many does Beeman collectibles have? Again, like I'm not saying that they are an issue, but here's another one from Beeman. Maybe they just graded a bunch and they just slowly dripped out these cards. But again, September 29th, 29th, you got one from Heritage for 159. I think I remembered, yeah, before I made this started recording this a couple of days back, I actually was like, because Heritage has been in the news and not for the best reasons. It's because there's some sort of like John Stockton patch card from Exquisite that sold for like 18 grand, and you can buy, albeit a slightly, but like a less better look, a worse looking patch of John Stockton Exquisite. Same as that card, just different parallel, just different number in the parallel set with aesthetically less pleasing looking patch that was in Byte now for like $2,500, which is just wild. So anyway, I'm not going to get into all that right now, but yeah, when I see like someone flooding the market, another Beeman collectibles here, you got MC Sports Cards, $82, and again, we're going into September at this point, so I'll just stop there. Look, more Beeman collectibles, 115. Like they just like cornered the market on this. I'll stop there. I say I stop there, and I can't help but keep looking. Heritage again, 134. Um, yeah, okay. I am not going to go down this rabbit hole. Let me end it right there. I put the valuation around 130-ish. I can't remember exactly what, but it was like between 100 and 150. I don't think it was 100. I don't think it was 150, but it's somewhere around there. But I do know that, and I gotta scroll really slowly so I don't show the sellers or the other traders' name and address. All right, here we go. And if I did, I would just try to cut that out, edit it out. But the cards that I'm getting back. So again, let's say the Walker 20, LeBron 20, uh, Lawrence 60, 70. So like let's say that's about 100, and then the Victor between 100, like 130, 230. So plus or minus, right, some sort of margin, wiggle room, plus or minus $20 each way, right? So like 230, between 200 to 250, right? So that's the trade value that I have assessed for my cards, and this trader was a Crom's card was willing to do this trade, and I am receiving and I looked up these pops. Pop one Grady Dick glitter and a pop like 600 something Michael Jordan. So the Jordan, actually, I think I can zoom in. I really hope I don't reveal his address. All right, here we go. Is that better? You guys let me know in the comments. I'm just like dragging that. All right. That's awesome. Okay, here we go. You receive my card post says you receive 2023 Panini Mosaic Grady Dick Glitter PSA 10, not a numbered card. It is a SP. Now, when I make the content for YouTube, because I generally I think am more serious, I will not make any jokes about Mr. Grady Dick. And yet when I do my Instagram content, I will maybe do it. Like they say in the office, you promised to be on your best behavior. I promised other people I would not be on my best behavior. So okay, 2023 Mosaic Grady Dick Glitter PSA 10. No comps. It's a pop one. There's no PSA 10. Even if I put in PSA, there's no comps. Okay, so there's no like public sales of this card. But when I go into the raw of this again, Raw, Grady, Dick, Glitter, 2023. I wonder if I bought this just because I could, because the name is just amazing. This title. So as you can see, we have a white glitter. I got to get through this. Okay, $32 raw. Again, we don't know what condition they're in. It could be, and all that stuff. Got 32, 35, 63, 60, 34, 56. Only 5 sales. The early ever of this card. August 17th to October 6th. And so the 56, that's too old. Then we have, a lot in the 30s. You got a 63 in September. So I don't even know if that's the same card because of the way it looks. Like, what is this negative 9.3? I don't even know what that is. Looks like the card. No, actually, wait a minute. No. So this is the NBA debut version. Oh gosh, wait. Did I mess up here? 260. I mean, that's the NBA debut version. That's the NBA debut version. And the reason it's 63 is because it's the non-NBA debut. I actually had to learn that when I came back into the hobby about the differences in Mosaic with like the debut cards, and it's also for football. It's like the debut cards is not the true, uh, you know, um, rookie card for Mosaic. So I had to learn that, and thankfully I didn't have to like learn that the hard way because again you can comp, and if I wanted to make this a more specific comp, I could have just put in 260 and that would have removed the other cards that you saw. So realistically, there's only 3 public sales of the glitter of number 260. So when it comes to my card post, the seller's name. You can look and you can have all the little tags of, find me on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, all that stuff, X, Twitter. And so I because I basically in my hobby life I live on Instagram. Told them, hey, I communicate on Instagram much quicker. I check it more often. So let's talk about it. And so I said, hey, ultra modern cards. What's the multiplier? There's no sales. It's a pop one. Would you be willing to? Because I forget what they put the trade value at, but it was more than what I ended up saying that I would like to trade it at. Something in like the hundreds, like mid to high hundreds. And I was like, would you be willing to agree to like a three, no more than 4x? Like, some people maybe even think like 2x, but I thought middle ground was good, 3x. Can we do a 3x multiplier for this raw card? So a $32 card, can we peg the trade value at $100? And maybe that's too low because it's a pop one. I don't know. And if he plays really well, the card could go up. He could also be a very bad um, Grady deck at a white glitter rookie card. When it comes to this card, trade value $100. I said, let's go ahead and do it. Or no, I said, would you be willing to do it? Crom's card said, let's go ahead and do it. And then for this 1997 finest, this is no coding because there's a big difference. But the coding it's much harder to gem any card with the coding on it. And so 97 finest, but it's still a pop 600 something. So you go here and I put in, I had it up earlier. Of course, it's not here anymore. 1997 finest. Mike, you don't even have to put in Michael Jordan because it wasn't like Jordan Poole and Jordan Hawkins were playing back then. So you got with coding, but we don't want that. But we want PSA 10. Let's just put that in for now. Let's minus out refractor because that would have been amazing and awesome, but it's not a refractor. It's not a showstoppers, it's a finishers. So again, I'll minus out showstoppers. I don't have to. It's only like one at the top. Same thing with refractors. There's only like one hit. But it looks like that is there's still more showstoppers. So maybe I do put in, and it's not a creators, it is a finishers. Actually, let me put in the number instead of finishers, because as you can see in the PSA listing, they don't put in finishers because So the valuation, we got 103, 90, 80, 77, 75, 81. So we went with about 100 valuation for the trade. So kind of easy. We did like 200 for the trade for my receipt, and then for Crom we did again a little bit over 200. But I love trades like this because I get a collector card he wants. I'm sure, or I don't want to say I'm sure, but he may crack this out and all that. But I think he's keeping this. These two, I don't know what he's going to do with because I don't think these are his lanes, or maybe he wants to use them as trade bait. And then this card is pretty liquid. Many sales. It is not numbered, but and it has a huge pop. Let me look up the pop actually. Before pop 877 at the time of recording this. I want to say thank you so much for watching this YouTube video. Hope you enjoyed it. My first time trying to make this type of content. Again, I always love trying different types of content. If you want some more screen share and me kind of going through the whether it's a completed transaction or maybe one that I'm thinking about, and just kind of, this is almost like in a way a vlog of going through a trade that I did in my card post. These cards are going in the mail tomorrow, and so I wanted to make one last, I guess, reel, or I wanted to make content with these cards before they got shipped out, because I don't know, it's always hard for me to say goodbye to my cards. Um, I don't have much sentimental value on these cards, but again, like when I have cards that I remember when I bought them, or I ripped them, or I graded them and all that stuff, like I look at these cards and it's hard for me. Sometimes I'm not a quick and easy trade partner or seller of cards, because this stuff really does still have like meaning to me. Again, even though these are like not very, these are not parallels, these are not one of ones, but I will admit I did forget initially where the LeBron James flare came from. So that came from a slab pack, which doesn't have nostalgia. It doesn't have any emotion or feeling to me, right? Because it came from a repack, a digital repack with a physical representation of the card, which is what Arena Club does. And then this card, I remember when and where I bought this, and then I graded it with Arena Club. But and just I'll stop there and say, Crom Cards, hope you enjoy them. Hope you liked this video where I talk about this trade, and you were very reasonable to work with. I wanted to make this so I can show you the shipping. See my content in the past, card codes. This is the perfect amount for this box. So I do have an affiliate code, even though they're not a sponsor. If you use my code Denny, you should get like 10% off, I think, on card codes. So anyway, this box, okay. So look at these slabs, right? So there's 4 slabs. One's a pretty thick one because the Topps Now card is not like a standard size. It's a little bit thicker. And then these 4 cards fit perfectly into a delicious little sandwich of a burrito of a box here. So let's say I had like 3 or 2 cards. Let's just show 2. Like this would shake inside the box, right? So what I really like about these card coats, they call them like the precision mailers, is you put them in there, that fold right there, this allows it from shaking around. So that's like I'm like shaking it and all that, right? So basically, with 4, you may not even need these. You may not need these flaps at all to kind of keep it intact. But again, there are many cardboard, different places to do cardboard and all that stuff. But I like card coats, and they've been good to me. Not necessary at all. I'm going to add a sticker, and I am going to say thanks so much. And you know what? I think he has a link to his personal account on Instagram. If I'm wrong about this, I'll just take it all out. But I think his first name is Tom. I mean, I know his name's Tom, but I think I can add it here. Thanks so much, Tom. Oh, Tom Crom. I just realized that for for the deal. For the deal. So that goes in with the slabs. Of course, I'm not going to show the shipping label with his address and information, but I am going to add in And I like, I always put my slabs in the slab sleeves. And then I go like that. And then I put that. And then the way this thing folds up is that goes in, that goes in. I already kind of pre-folded all of this stuff. But basically, see, let me just make this box. Let me just show you guys. Put these flaps in. Put these flaps in. It's hard to make content doing this. That's the thing. If I just did it without the camera on, kind of dangling over my hands, so as I try not to knock over the phone camera, it's a lot easier. But that's the bottom part. Fold it in, and then you put the cards in. Again, these are the flaps that help hold it in. And then I actually, because I don't want it to show that it's card related, I'll put this in the inside. I don't know if some people want it on the outside, but I mean, again, it's better to put that in. That. I don't have to add anything else, do I? Oh, I just. All right, here we go. And then I seal it up with some packing tape, which I do have next to me, handy dandy this time. And I'm going to seal it up. And you don't have to do this, but I like to, just for extra protection, I just kind of put a little like that. And then if I have a little extra on the side, kind of it's coming to be the season where we're going to be starting to wrap for the holidays. Do that. And then this side. Do that. And if it's too much, I think I've cut this in the past. Let's see what happens if I don't cut it. Oh yeah, that's no good. I gotta cut that. Like that. And then, yeah, this one could probably use a little bit more on the side. So let me just go ahead and finish that off while I am on camera. But thank you, Tom, so much for the deal. And again, I'm going to put the shipping label here, and I like to seal this up so that, look, that's my little OCD-ness right here. I got to finish that end right there. So thank you so much, Tom, for this trade. I look forward to getting the, let me say the full name, 2023 Mosaic NBA debut white glitter Grady Dick PSA 10 Pop 1 and a 97 finest Jordan, I think it was finishers, right? Finishers PSA 10. So I hope you enjoyed this package. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching until the end to watch me pack that up if you have. And again, if you like this type of content, please let me know. Comment below, subscribe, do all the stuff. Really appreciate you. Have a wonderful, wonderful day in the hobby. Take care.